Dun, 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 dun.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Hustle Cat. I hope you enjoyed the previous episodes. Anyway, let's get started. Meow. It's so early. What's his problem? Meow. I bet he just wants the other half of that wet food. This is why I don't get it for him that often. I excavate myself from the couch and do what I can do to mitigate the bedhead situation I have going on. What time is it anyway? I grab my phone to check. 7:40? Aw, hell. I'm gonna be late for my first day of work. I take the world's fastest shower, but there's no time to dry my hair. I'll have to hope I run fast enough that the wind resistance will do the job for me. No time to sort through my duffel. I'm just gonna have to throw on whatever looks cleanest. It's not like Graves said anything about a dress code, so whatever. Mochi trails me closely, howling more and more insistently along the way. It's like he doesn't care about my punctuality at all. No time to mix the wet food the way he likes it. I dump a scoop of kibble into the bowl on my way out the door. I haven't seen a cat so offended since that one that watched me mess up coffee. They could both deal with it. I can't believe I'm almost late to my first day of work, and my first job even. What a great first impression to leave. Thanks for hiring me, Avery the Flake. I start out in a full sprint to the cafe, but it's only about a 10-minute walk, so it looks like it might not be as bad as I thought. If I run, I can make it in less time. Here it is, a cat's paw. I got a good look at it when I was here yesterday, but it feels totally different when it's your workplace, you know? It's kind of nice to think about it. If you think about. Oh geez. The words. Hey Avery. Landry peeks his head out from the doorframe and waves me in. I'm surprised by how many people are standing around. Graves, Landry, and Hayes are there, but so are a few others I've never seen. I only see a few cats right now, but they seem utterly disinterested in everything we're doing. They're all piled in a sleep cluster by the window. I feel a little embarrassed that I'm so disheveled, but I'd rather be on time with wet hair than late and looking perfect. Good, you decided to challenge the morning sun after all. Now that the star is here, we can start this show. Still weird as yesterday, I see. Caught another soccer boss? That's esteemed coworker to you, Reese. You just keep collecting these strays. Before we get too far, everybody... Oh my god. Dude. I need him to stop. I'll answer that one later. Before we get too far, everybody should introduce themselves to Avery. Avery, we've already met, and you already know Graves. Did you meet Hayes yesterday? Briefly. Hello, Hayes. Hello. He looks like he's going to try and slip between the cracks in the tile. How does this guy like this handle a job that deals with people? Hayes is a great barista. He's a great help in the kitchen, but he likes to spend a lot of his time with the cats too. Hayes flashes me a quick look. The side of his mouth upturns ever so slightly, like he's trying to smile, but he's out of practice. I reach out to shake his hand. He's practically bracing for impact. Before I reach him, a bright light flashes at the corner of my vision. Is that a camera? Oh, sorry, sweetie. I thought I turned the flash off. I whip my head to the other side of the lineup. The girl on the end is aiming her phone directly at me. Sorry, don't mind me. I just want to commemorate our new employee. I'm Finley, and I take care of social media. I like candid, so I'll try again later when you've forgotten about it. Finley is also... Graves, I know what you're going to say. Don't ruin the surprise. Graves lets out a soft bark of a laugh. Alright. You tell Avery whenever you're ready. Thank you. The two in the middle of the lineup look beyond unimpressed. One is the smart-mouthed guy, Reese, and the other looks like someone I wouldn't want to mess with. Finley puts her hand on the shoulder of the tough-looking woman standing next to her. Since she's not going to introduce herself, this is Mason. She's our head chef. Or our only chef, I guess. Well, nice to meet you both. Yeah. Finley reaches up, places her hand against the back of Mason's head. She pushes her hand forward, forcing Mason to nod. I'm amazed Mason is putting up with this. Wow, that's the most you've spoken all day. She likes you already, Avery. Mason makes a quick little noise that could either be a laugh or a grunt. Maybe it was both. How kind of you all to save the best for last. I'm Reese, and I'm the one you'll be answering to after Graves, so you better stay on my good side. I could have sworn Landry was in second command here, so I don't know what this kid's talking about. I didn't even see him at all during the interview yesterday. I'm on cat detail today, but don't think that means I'm keeping an eye on you. Cat detail must mean taking care of the cats. Obviously. I'm learning quickly. I don't know why the second in command would be so eager about telling me he's gonna clean litter boxes today. Maybe it's a weird status thing here. Ew. I'll be on my best behavior then, I guess. Good. Okay, that should be everybody then. Avery, you'll be training with me today. I hope that's okay. That's fine with me. It looks like I'm no longer needed. I have other work to do. You know where to find me. Graves slinks back to the back of the cafe. I think I can hear footsteps on creaky stairs. Mason and Hayes disappear after him. Avery, did you have breakfast? We're going to have something to eat before work, if you'd like to join us. It's tradition. That sounds great. I fed my cat, but I forgot to feed myself. Reese has already seated himself at the long booth, seating along the wall. He scoots two of the tables together, and Landry pulls over another chair. Great, just sit and relax. Mason's just finishing up breakfast. I move to take a seat, but Finley blocks my path. Avery, before you sit down, I have a question for you. Sure, what's up? Okay, is that... Her voice drops almost conspiratorially. She leans in to whisper. That's an Akia shirt, isn't it? He's my favorite too. A what? Akia? From Blast Zone? From what? Look, you don't have to play dumb. I get it. No, I really have no idea what that is. Is that like a show? Is this shirt from something? Oh, no! Never mind, don't worry about it. I just thought it was a cool shirt. I just thought it was a cool shirt. Well, it is, but it's weird to buy things from games you haven't even played. Oh, it's a game. I play some games, but I haven't heard of that one. I like a lot of retro games, so if it's new... Oh, it's a different type of game. Never mind. Well, now I'm curious. No, it's okay. You probably wouldn't like games about boys fighting. Or maybe you would. Okay? Maybe I'll lend it to you sometime, if you prove yourself worthy. I'm not really sure what that involves, but sure. Okay! She gives me a grin and a wink, then takes a seat at the table next to Reese. I noticed that somebody set the table while I was talking to Finley. Mason and Hayes should be out in a minute, Avery. Come sit down. Sure. Where should I sit, though? What if there are some unspoken rules about this sort of thing and placing? You never know with new groups. Landry answers the conundrum for me by beckoning me to the seat between him and Finley. Quietly, I take the seat. Mason emerges from the back with a large tray balanced atop each hand. One tray has a giant stack of French toast, the other is some kind of egg thing. I'm not sure, but it looks amazing. Whoa. I had no idea how hungry I was until just now. She sets the trays down in front of us, then returns to the kitchen. I hope she gets back soon, because I'm about to be on that egg thing like mochi on wet food. Mason returns a few months later, cradling 6 empty coffee cups in her arms. Hayes follows in tow, carefully balancing a carafe... I'm unfamiliar with that word. Full of coffee. They set the cups and that word on the table and take their seats. Hayes but barely hits the chair before the others start to dig in. I'm a little afraid that I'll lose my hand in the fray if I try to jump in now, but I'm also hungry. Landry reaches out an arm from behind the fortress of French toast slices. He slightly bats at Reese's hand as it reaches for the syrup pitcher. Save some for Avery. Jeez, calm down. You're the one stealing all the food. I haven't taken any more than usual. Breakfast is important. While everybody shouts and chatters across the table, I help myself to a bit of everything. I'm not used to eating a real breakfast, especially one that didn't come out of a microwave, so I'm gonna savor this. Wow, this is amazing! Mason, what is this egg thing? Mason's eyebrow shoots up. She looks at me like I grew another nose. Frittata. Is that like a souffle? It looks like it'd be really hard to make. Just eggs and vegetables in a pan. Still, I know I wouldn't be able to make something like that. It's really nice to have a real breakfast. What do you usually eat, Avery? Mostly cold pizza or toaster tights, I guess, if I remember to get them. Mason glares like I just knocked her plate on the floor. She stares directly at me, through me, with a hard look in her eyes. You eat here now. Always. Can I still have pizza sometimes? Not for breakfast. Ever. I can hear Finley and Reese snickering. Okay, but other times are still okay, right? Mason rolls her eyes and goes back to coffee. To her coffee. Reese stares up at me and I didn't do the thing. Reese stares up at me between bites of French toast. Avery, when we're done, we need to talk about dress code. Oh, Reese, don't start this again. Shh. It's an important part of a new employee orientation. Landry passes a positively pained look at Reese. He glances at me, but a poke to the ribs from Finley sends him staring back at his plate. Landry, you're such a mama bird sometimes. Lighten up! Avery, look at this place. We take our visual representation very seriously here. Mason gives another grunt. Hayes places his empty plate and cup on Mason's plate and takes the stack into the back with the urgency of a tactical retreat. Graves and I expect a certain level of decor with the waitstaff. Is this about my outfit? I woke up a little late, so no, this is about uniforms. Mason pushes her chair away from the table with enough force that it wobbles briefly on two legs. She stands and takes my plate in one fell swoop. Opening soon. Time to get ready. She picks up the now empty cast iron skillet with one hand and balances a few of the other plates on top. It looks heavy, but she's holding it all like it's nothing. Come on. She stares me down and gestures to the back door with a head nod before she heads into the kitchen. Don't you think you can run off so easily, Avery? You'll get written up if you don't have your uniform. I'm just gonna go up Mason and Hayes in the kitchen. We don't need a uniform. Because as you can see, nobody else is wearing a uniform, so I'm not falling for your trickery. Is Mason really the only chef here? That must take a lot of work. I bet she could use some help. Mostly I'm just grateful she gave me an out. Whatever Reese is planning, it doesn't sound like anyone but Finley cares for it. No, thank you. I think Mason Hayes wanted my help though. Fine, if Mason needs the help. But you're not off the hook just for this yet. Reese. Well, come on, Landry, don't look at me like that. Something is definitely up. Whatever it is, I'm not going to fall for it. Well, I'll be back once Mason says I'm done. I quickly retreat back to the kitchen before Reese can delay me further. Even though I work here now, I still feel like I'm trespassing on hallowed ground. I've never been in a restaurant kitchen before. Heck, I'm barely known it in my own kitchen. It smells amazing, almost enough to make me hungry all over again. Hayes is at the sink, carefully scrubbing the iron skillet we used at breakfast. It looks like he's already got the dishes on lockdown, to be honest. Mason only spares me a glance. She's already back to work, and it looks like there's a lot of it left to do. She dips a long spatula in a metal bowl and heaps a glob of frosting on top of the cake. It's mesmerizing watching her move as she works the smooth frosting. Can I help? Any experience? With what, baking? Don't know why I ask. She doesn't bother looking up, but it feels like she doesn't have to see the cake to decorate it. I bet she could do this in her sleep. Don't touch anything. You seem really busy, you sure? I bet you're really busy though. Are you sure? Babysitting takes longer than doing it myself. Come on, there's gotta be something I can help with. You did ask me to come back here for a reason, right? To save you from Reese. If you insist, carry those boxes out. She gestures to a pile of collapsed cardboard boxes sitting by the kitchen door. They're all much wider than my arms can go around, about half my height. What the heck were they shipping in here? Horses? Roger, out where? Out back, throw them wherever. You can count on me. No time for insignificant details like logistics or arm strength. I'm gonna do it. I tried to wrap my arms around the flattened boxes, but I was right. My fingertips barely touched the other side. I can't just pick them up with my hands either. They're too thick to grab from the top. Maybe if I balance the boxes on my feet, I can embrace it with my hands like this. There! But now how do I walk out the door like this? I guess I could just waddle. I started at the rough noise, sudden noise behind me. The cardboard slips from my hands and cascades to the floor in a floppy, boxy avalanche. Ah! The sound happens again. I turn around, and though Mason is facing away from me, I can see her shoulders shaking ever so slightly. Is she laughing? I mean, it probably does look pretty pathetic, but I didn't think she would be the type to even know how to laugh. She seems like she'd get mad at me for goofing up. Use twine. Right there on the counter. Wrap them. Oh. Yeah, whoops. There's some twine right there. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Stay kawaii and have fun out there.